أنا بحكي بالعربي لأنه الكل بيحكي بفهم عربي بما فيه المتحدثة الرئيسية اليوم بس موريال أسمر، وإحنا سعداء جدا بأنها موجودة معنا اليوم، وسعداء بتشريفكم جميعا هذا اليوم. هذا يعني في موضوع مهم يشغلنا جميعا نحن الفلسطينيين، ودائما في موقف الضحيه. العالم يتآمر علينا واوروبا منافقه وتتعامل بدبل ستاندرد مع الشعب الفلسطيني.
هو الموضوع اوروبا وعلاقتنا بالشرق الاوسط والقضيه الفلسطينيه. وزي ما حكيت لك احنا دائما عندنا هذا الشعور انه اوروبا ضعيفه فيما يتعلق بعلاقتها باسرائيل. اوروبا سياسيا وتابعه
امريكا والولايات المتحده الامريكيه في سياستها الخارجيه، وغير متحده في داخلها بين الدول سياسه خارجيه واحده. واحنا نشكي دائما ان اوروبا كمان منافقه، يعني يحكوا عن الديمقراطيه ويحكوا عن حقوق الانسان يحكوا عن شيء، ولكن لا تطبق عندما يتعلق الامر باسرائيل الى اخره. احنا سعداء لانه السيده اسبرد معنا اليوم، ولانها خبيره في شؤون الشرق الاوسط، خبيره ودارسه وعاشت في الشرق الاوسط في عده اماكن، في دمشق عاشت، في القدس، في رام الله فترات، وبتحكي عربي كويس طريقه يعني في اللغه العربيه وباللهجه الشاميه الحلوه، لكن بتختلف هي بتحكي في محاضره عامه يعني باللغه العربيه، لكن حاول نشجعها. هي درست موضوع الشرق الاوسط ومتحمسه للدراسات فيه، وهي طبعا مسؤوله عن دراسات الشرق الاوسط في اهم مركز للدراسات الاستراتيجيه السياسيه والامنيه في برلين. هي كمان بتدرس في جامعه برلين، وطبعا يعني مفيش داعي اني افخم فيها زياده. احنا بنعرف ان هي شخص موثوق، ويعني رأي الشخص الموثوق رأيه يعتد به في دوائر صنع القرار، وهي تستطيع أن تعطينا فكرة واضحة أفضل مما نحن نتصور، أولا عن كيفية صنع القرار السياسي في أوروبا وخاصة في ألمانيا، وثانيا عن كيف يمكن يعني نستعمل معلوماتنا من أجل تطوير موقف أوروبي وموقف ألماني بالذات مؤيد للقضية الفلسطينية. أنا أريد أن أشكر في هذه المجال أيضا يوخم بول، وهو مسؤول عن الهنري بول فاونديشن، لتشريفه لنا ولدعمه لهذا المشروع اللي بنعمله في تيدا كذا مركز للأبحاث الاستراتيجية، تحاول تعمل عن طريق البرنامج تبادل الخبرات والزيارات انها تستضيف الخبراء المتخصصين في المسائل المتنوعه. انا يعني اريد ان ارحب مره ثانيه واترك المجال الان
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. So, Dr. Ian already introduced Muriel and already introduced or started to talk about the event today. So there's nothing much for me to say, as also I don't want to take too much time. But let me say maybe just one word of thanks for having us here today. It was very difficult for us to come from Egypt via Rafah, and there was great support, so we couldn't get in this way. And this is the third event, I think, the third joint event, and this is yes, our cooperation with Tila and Dr. Iyad to invite experts and researchers to come together and actually to give a talk and to enter a dialogue and a discussion about the burning and the hot political issues. This is from our side, and I pass the mic back to Muriel, and I'm sure there is room for discussion and for exchange and the question afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Joachim, and let me all welcome you very warmheartedly. I'm very happy to be here in Gaza and to speak to you. I apologize for not speaking in Arabic, but I feel not so confident that I want to give a talk in Arabic. I'm happy to be back here. I used to visit Gaza regularly between 2000 and 2003. Last time I was here was in 2005. So since then, a lot of things have changed in the regional environment, but also in Gaza itself. And I'm very much looking forward to discussing with you how you see developments and what you expect from Germans, from Europeans, in these current circumstances. Of course, I will be speaking mainly about Germany's foreign policy on Palestine and on Israel. And I want you to understand that I'm not speaking as an official, I'm speaking as an academic, so I can take the freedom, of course, to also criticize German foreign policies. But my objective is also to try to explain why Germany is doing these kind of foreign policies. And I'm looking forward to getting your feedback, your comments on that later. In my talk, I basically want to touch on 4 issues. One is, what are German interests in the Middle East? The second one is, what are German positions and policies towards Palestine and Israel? The third one is about German public opinion. How is it different from official policies of Germany? And the fourth one is about recent shifts in German policies that we have witnessed and trying to give an outlook of where German policies are moving to. Let me start with the first point, German interests in the Middle East. And before I do so, I should point out that actually in Germany it's not usual or very normal to speak about interests. Usually politicians, when they discuss, they would speak about values, they might speak about alliances, about friendship, but they wouldn't really want to speak about interests. This is something that is not taboo, but people don't like doing this. It sounds too unfriendly to them, too realpolitik, if you want so. But of course, one can identify interests, and I'm trying to point out 5 interests. The first one is that Germany does feel what is called usually a historical responsibility for the well-being of the Jews and in guaranteeing Israel's security and Israel's right to exist. Israel's right to exist as a safe haven and a homeland for the Jewish people. And I'm saying this first because usually this is what comes up first in discussions on the Middle East in Germany. Now this translates into policies towards Israel and towards Israel's neighbors that have actually been dominated by this one interest, derived from Germany's wars of aggression and from the genocide that Germany has committed. Usually, what is called historic responsibility is first the Jewish agency and then later the Israeli state, and made the first agreement with Israel in 1952. And they have built on this with diplomatic relations being established in 1965 and then ever closer relations with Israel, which has important dimensions, I think. One of them is the people dimension, the dimension that has been stressed very much in exchanges. For example, a system of youth exchanges has been set up between Germany and Israel, and to date, about 500,000 young Israelis and Germans have participated in this. And also there is exchanges that have been supported by agencies like educational visits. So every year, hundreds of Germans, teachers, journalists, and so on, come and visit Israel. And as you can imagine, that has a very great impact on public opinion in Germany, because these people, of course, are brought to who understand the Israeli side of the conflict and the Israeli view of the region. On top of this, there is close relations with regards to trade. So Germany is Israel's between second, third, and fourth biggest bilateral trading partner. This has been shifting over the years, but it is always been among the first 5 trading partners, bilateral trading partners of Israel. And there is close cooperation on the governmental level. For example, in 2008, Germany established a